welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen. I know a lot of you hear the word kosher and you're wondering what it is. So I wanted to show you around my kitchen of how I keep kosher here in my home. Now the first question is, what is kosher? Kosher is the food outlined by the Torah that we are allowed to eat as Jews. That's how we look at it. That there are two things that we learn from the Torah that tells us what kosher is. One is the type of animal we are allowed to eat, and it has to have both split hooves and chew its cud. So for example, a goat or a cow, but pigs don't have that, so pigs are not kosher. The second rule is separating milk and meat, that we learn that you can't cook an animal in its mother's milk. And so what we learn from that is that you can't eat milk and meat together. And so in a kosher kitchen, not only do we not eat milk and meat together, but we have everything separated for when we eat milk and when we eat meat. You will never see, not only in the same recipe, milk and meat mixed together in a kosher dish, but you'll never even have a meal where on the same table there's milk and meat dishes, out of fear that maybe they'll be mixed together by accident. So we take a lot of steps for security to make sure that it's totally separate, the milk and the meat. So come and I'll show you a little bit in my home. The first thing that you'll see in a kosher kitchen is two different sets of dishes that look different. One set is for milk and one set is for meat. So these are my meat dishes. Meat is usually eaten in my home, specifically on Shabbat. It's a sign of celebration, a sign of joy, and so we eat meat on Shabbat. So I have a little bit fancier dishes for my meat dishes because these are the dishes that I use on Shabbat to help celebrate the Sabbath. We eat, in my family, mostly vegetarian during the week, and so my vegetarian dishes are a little bit more fun, if you will, not as fancy. And these are the dishes that we eat during the week. We eat dairy on these dishes. And so these are my pottery dishes that I picked out, and the pottery dishes are my milk dishes that are mostly used during the week. Now, there's a huge separation in the way that not only where they're placed, that they're not even placed in the same cabinet, but they look different. So that no one will come over and make a mistake and take one of the dairy dishes for a meat food, because then it wouldn't be a kosher dish. Now, on top of that, I have two different cutting boards that are different colors here. I have different silverware that look different, one for milk, one for meat, and I even have two sinks. And this isn't just me, most people who have a kosher kitchen have two sets of everything. This sink is my dairy sink, where I put all of the dishes with the dairy food inside this sink. And this is my meat sink, so that when I put the dishes in the meat sink with a little bit of meat on it, that it won't be crossed over. I have two different sponges with different colors, so I won't get it confused. This is my dairy sponge, and this is my meat sponge. One is green, one is red. And so a kosher kitchen really has two distinct elements to it. One is that there's double of everything, one for milk, one for meat, and they're never cooked together, they're never served together, and they even use different plates and silverware and sinks and sponges for it. The second element is that you will never see any pig or any pork or any bacon, any animal that isn't kosher, I won't bring into my house. And so that is the way that I try to integrate spirituality and God's word into not only my heart, not only my Bible study, but into my actions, into my kitchen. So I hope you found this informative. I hope you enjoyed being welcomed into my home here in Israel. And until next time, God bless you.